What's going on, y'all? I'm Che McFadden, and this is the Trucker's Hustle, and I'm going to be giving y'all some tips and advice on what you should keep in your truck. And keep in mind, what you take with you should last you for as long as you're going to be out there for. So if you're going for a couple days, hey, take a couple days worth of items with you. Go for a week or more or a month, take that amount. Take however much you need to sustain that amount of time. All right, but let's go ahead and jump right into this list. Number one, first and foremost, a pair of underwear for every day that you plan on being out. That's my preference. I like, if I'm going to be out for a week, I'm going to take a week's worth of underwear with me. Okay, that's like a non-negotiable. And it might be funny, but that's number one. Number two, while we're on the topic of hygiene, take a hygiene kit with you. You're going to be communicating and dealing with people on a consistent basis out here. And the last thing you want is to communicate with somebody with some funky breath or gritting your teeth or armpit smelling bad, man. Like you don't want to deal with that, and you don't want to create that image for yourself, especially if it's a shipper that you really like and you want to go back to and deliver freight for on a consistent basis. Be right about your hygiene, all right? Number three, hand sanitizer. You're going to be dealing with a lot of funky people out here, man, that do not like to wash their hands. And I know you've seen them walking in and out of the bathroom without making that trip, that quick little trip over to the sink, get that soap lathered up 30 seconds and sing whatever song you need to sing to make sure that you are effectively washing your hands. Look, protect yourself, all right? The hand sanitizer is no substitute for washing your hands. But when you can't wash your hands, when you're unable to, hand sanitizer is paramount to have with you. You get out there to the fuel island, you're hitting the keypad and stuff like that. You're probably not wearing your gloves for that, which, I mean, you should be wearing your gloves. You can still hit those keys while wearing your gloves. Do that, man, and protect yourself. Number four, water. Water is a very good thing to keep with you. You can use it for a lot of different things. If you're anything like me, I like tea, I like oatmeal. Those things sustain me throughout the day whenever I'm out here. Then I'll use my time off to go and have cheat meals and things like that. But water is a very good thing to have out here. I don't like to say sodas and juices and things like that, because out here on the road it's very easy to get out of shape and overweight very fast. So try to stay away from the sugary drinks and things like that, and choose water, man. Choose water and prolong yourself. Stay healthy and stay in shape. Number five, seasonal clothing. We are in the month of November in 2024, and it is starting to get cold again. But the weather fluctuates. So one day it's 80-something degrees. The next day it might be a high of 50. But that transition that we're in right now, is very important to keep those seasonal items with you. A hat, some warm gloves, a decent pair of pants, a coat, a jacket for the rain. Keep those items with you. We've got plenty of cabinets in these trucks to where we can put something in them and, not really think twice about it. Keep that in mind as we roll into these warmer months. Wow. Colder months. Yes, wintertime, November, that's right. And number six, an extra pair of work gloves. If you're like me and you pull open platform, you're dealing with straps, chains, tarps, and as we get into these winter months, we're going to start getting into the changing weather where the road starts freezing and they start laying down salt brine and just spreading salt so that they can melt the ice on the roads. And that stuff gets kicked up onto the trailer and ultimately gets in the straps. It gets on all of our equipment, and we are manipulating and moving that equipment with gloves on. And those gloves, when they get salty and wet, that's it for them, basically. I mean, you can wash them, but you're probably not really washing those gloves. I mean, it's probably time for a new set anyway by this point. Other alternative to that, you can put them on your passenger floor, turn the floor heat on, and that might dry them up, but you might not always want the heat on in the truck either. So like what I do is terrible. I'll wring them out as good as I can, try to flatten them out as good as I can, and I'll put them in my side box, close the door, and just kind of go about my day. Then by the time the next day comes and I go to grab those gloves, I can't even get my hand in them anyway. So that's why I keep usually an extra 2 to 3 pair of gloves in the truck. Number 7, stationary items. Okay, so extra pens, extra pencils, paper clips. If you're a paper clip person and you like to keep your papers organized, great. A stapler. If you want to keep a stapler with you, that's awesome too. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, when we get papers and we have to scan them anyway, I don't really like staples like that. I'll use a paper clip instead of the staples. And staples, you got to break them off and get them out, rip the paper off, and you're ripping more of the paper off than you need. So you know the story. But keep extra pens with you, because you might go into a place where you have to sign some paperwork, and you know, if they don't have a pen available, which is pretty rare, you have your own pen with you. But it's also common for a lot of those people to act funny about coming off of their pens to let truck drivers use them to sign paperwork, because they just think truck drivers are the dirtiest people in the world. I mean, some of them are, and I hate to say that, but you've seen people walk in and out of bathrooms and walk straight past the sink without washing their hands. Man, it's terrible. Don't be that person. And number 8, you got to save the best for last, man. Snacks. Me, I like trail mix, so I'll snack on those as I'm driving down the road. Keeps me focused and keeps me alert. Is great. Again, try to stay away from a lot of the sugary foods and sugary snacks that these truck stops and other places have to offer. They don't really do you that good. And you think by the sugar content of the food is going to keep you awake. Well, that may be true, but you're going to crash off of that stuff so hard, man, and you don't want to find yourself going down that road. So I hope those 8 items help. Here's that list again. Number 1, extra pairs of underwear to sustain you for the amount of time that you're going to be on the road, okay? Number 2, a hygiene kit. Number 3, hand sanitizer. Number 4, water. Number 5, seasonal clothing. Number 6, extra pairs of gloves. Number 7, stationary items. And number 8, snacks. All right, you keep those 8 things with you at the minimum, you will be good enough to be on the road without having the worry of being overcrowded in your truck. That's the last thing you want, is to feel overcrowded in a space that's kind of big, but I mean gets to be small very fast after being out here on the road for so long. Okay, so I hope that helps. Don't forget, subscribe, share this video with someone that you know may be looking to get into trucking or trying to get some advice on what to keep in their truck while they're out on the road for this amount of time. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it,